This episode is titled Sideshow. It came out on May 3rd, 1994. Directed by Boyd Kirkland, story by Michael Reeves, and written by Michael Reeves and Bryn Stevens, animation by Dong Yang with layouts by Spectrum. Featuring Kevin Conroy as Batman, Brad Garrett as Goliath, Whit Hertford as Billy, Aaron Kincaid as Killer Croc, Kenneth Mars as Richard, Jo Beth Williams as May and June. Alright, honourable mentions here. Dong Yang animated this episode, and Spectrum provided the layouts. Both studios previously produced many episodes that we reviewed, some of the best being Joker's Favour, Heart of Ice, On Leather Wings, The Forgotten, Vendetta, Eternal Youth, Perchance to Dream, goddamn right, Robin's Reckoning, Shadow of the Bat, Harley and Ivy, The Laughing Fish, Beware the Grey Ghost. Come on!
That was on my phone. Yep.
Make sure you're paying attention.
I'm really, really involved in today's episode.
And Read My Lips was one of the final episodes that they worked on. So this is the same animation studio coming back. They've done lots of heavy hitters, including the last episode we reviewed. What did you think of the animation in this bad boy?
Yeah, it's good animation.
I thought it was exceptional, if I'm honest, because there was some shots where I was really impressed with the animation. There's a scene where Batman, he falls off the cliff, and as, the rocks are falling at him and the tree and the canyon, he grapples through them, and the shot and the way that he's done that, I was like, wow, that looks good. And there's also a scene where Batman's tailing Killer Croc, and he, steps in the water, and the ripples of the water show, really perfectly. And I was like, damn, man, this is some well-animated shit. This episode looked really good. Director Boyd Kirkland has been credited previously in our Nothing to Fear review. Story developer and writer Michael Reeves has been credited in our Pretty Poison review. And writer Bryn Stevens has been credited in our Heart of Steel review. So go back and listen to all those episodes to learn more about these creators' careers. Then we got some acting creds here. All returning voice actors have been credited previously on this podcast in their first appearance on this show, such as Aaron Kincaid as Killer Croc. As far as new acting creds go for this show, Whit Hertford, who plays Billy, the Seal Boy, is also known for playing Jacob in A Nightmare on Elm Street. The Dream Child, I've never even heard of that one. I guess that's number 4 or 5 or something like that. The Dream Child.
Is that the one with, what's his name? The famous guy who played Ant-Man.
Paul Rudd?
Is that the Paul Rudd one?
I thought that was Friday the 13th, not Nightmare on Elm Street. Was Paul
no,
Rudd...
he's in.
Halloween. He was in a Halloween as well.
Oh, is he in a Halloween?
Yeah,
I think you're right. I think he's in a Halloween. Yeah.
No, but I tell you who the Billy the Seal Boy.
I don't know.
Yeah, he is. Billy the Seal Boy, who's voiced by Whit Hertford, is also well known to us because he is the boy in Jurassic Park who goes, kind of looks like a giant turkey.
More like a 6-foot turkey.
So
the one that gets cut up? I mean, not cut up, but with the fake Rataclaw, yeah.
That's not scary, and Alan Grant just goes, yeah!
Yeah. Is it scary enough for you, you little prick?
So he's the boy in Jurassic Park, the voice of the seal.
People
boy
have a fan theory that Chris Pratt's character was like that kid. I was like, wow, yeah. He just grew up to have a completely different eye and hair color. Yeah, really. I think that was him.
Yeah, and even Chris Pratt has said that's not true. That's not me. It's not canon, baby.
You are alive when they start to eat you. So, try to show a little respect.
Okay.
Then we got Kenneth Mars, who plays Richard, is also known for playing Grandpa Longneck in A Land Before Time, Franz Liebkin in The Original Producers, and King Triton in The Little Mermaid. That's why I know him the most.
Oh, Ariel, how many times must we go through this?
Yes, and his chains speak more eloquently than any words of yours.
Then we got Jo Beth Williams, who plays May and June, is also known as Karen in The Big Chill, and Diane Freeling in Poltergeist 1 and 2. You've never seen Poltergeist, have you?
No, because it looks a bit silly, doesn't it?
Yeah, everything had Spielberg produced back then, so
yeah.
It doesn't say much by saying that. It's okay. Like, it's not scary now, but like back then the effects were cool, and it's like a house being taken over by poltergeists.
I'll watch it.
Yeah, watch it one day. It's worth a watch, I think. There's even a remake with what's his name? Sam Rockwell, who's the
Oh, I like Sam Rockwell.
Yeah, the remake is actually, it's nowhere near as good as the original, but it's watchable. So either one of those will do.
I'll put it on the list.
And then finally, we got Brad Garrett, who plays Goliath. He will also go on to play Bibbo, Bibowski, and Lobo in Superman the Animated Series. He is famously known as the voices of many Disney characters, including the Pufferfish in Finding Nemo and Gusteau in Ratatouille. But most importantly, Brad Garrett, or at least most famously known for, is playing Robert Barone, Ray's brother in Everybody Loves Raymond.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So that's the Goliath character in this episode.
I didn't hear him in that role.
No, I mean, in Everybody Loves Raymond, he goes like even deeper than normal.
Everybody Loves Raymond. But I've heard his voice in other stuff. Like I recognize him in Finding Nemo.
Yeah. Well, I guess that maybe this is earlier on in his career. This is early 90s instead of Raymond was what, late 90s?
I think
early
so, yeah.
2000s, yeah.
She's always touching me.
Oh, that's gotta be rough.
Why the hell would you not want her to touch you?
She poked me in the ass with a putter.
Okay, utility belt of fun facts here. This and The Demon's Quest Part 2 are the only two episodes where the entire episode takes place completely outside of Gotham City, which I thought was interesting. The episode is based on the comic story Detective Comics number 420 titled A Vow from the Grave, written by Denny O'Neil.
Issue 420, bro.
Did I say 420?
Yeah.
Did I say... Oh, it's 410. Wow, my brain just made it 420.
Sorry.
You killed my buzz, bro.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove.
But yeah, it's based on the A Vow from the Grave, written by Denny O'Neil and art by Neil Adams and Dick Giordano. That story did not feature Killer Croc, but Kano Wiggins, a death row escapee. So that's
quite a creative team you got there.
Hell yeah! I mean, we talked about this before. They're a powerhouse for Batman creators back in the 80s for sure. Then we've got Killer Croc is correct when he says crocodiles exert the strongest bite pressure of any member of the animal kingdom.
Did you know? I got a fun fact for you. Is it a crocodile fact? Yes.
I've already said that one
6 times already. You've tried to bite it and it never works. And then what? You just think I forgot about this scenario, so you just repeat it and you hope that it's gonna work. It's such a cool line that it has to work. I broke several teeth, but it's gonna be worth
it. He looks out the window for a second, and he's like, "Did you know?" It's like, "No, stop."
That crocs have a very strong bite. It's not phrased that way.
You have to be specific.
But you have to be Pacific. Like the Pacific Ocean, it's very specific.
Where crocodiles they come from sometimes.
They don't. There's no such thing as sea crocodiles, but that's okay.
The guy's like, just escape, please, for the love of God, escape.
I'm gonna escape. I'm getting off this train. You can do whatever you like.
You know, there's something the brains back at the joint didn't think about.
Yeah, what's that?
Crocodiles got the strongest jaws of any animal around.
Next fun fact here. May and June are based on real-life conjoined twins Daisy and Violet Hilton, who appeared in the cult horror film Freaks.
I want to see Freaks. I've never seen Freaks. I know it's a movie. Isn't it from like the 30s or 40s? And it has actual like circus freaks in it.
Yeah. You always pause on that because you're like, can I say that? But
yeah, I don't know if like if someone's like, oh, Freaks.
But that's
like, the film's called Freaks.
It reminds me of Curb Your Enthusiasm where it's like, oh, the Freak Book.
Oh, the Freak Book. Me and my wife find that so... My wife, for some reason, thinks it's the funniest thing in Curb Your Enthusiasm. When they're all at Ted Danson's birthday party, and they're like, guys, go, 3 legs, 3 legs.
It's the Freak Book. Oh!
Yeah, look at the freak.
Imagine if that's what when Croc woke up and he saw Seal Boy, he's like, ah!
Now, Seal Boy unlocked a childhood memory of mine of seeing that kid.
Really?
When he popped up, I was like, oh my god, I haven't thought about that little freak in a long time.
He looked very anime as well. Like he looked like he could be on like a can of energy drink or something. Like, like he looked like that.
When the kid popped up, I was like, and it's like just a close up of his head. I was like, oh, that looks like me, because it was like this little ginger kid with like brown eyes, and then it zoomed out and he jumped in the water with like his arf flippers. I was like, oh no. And now I've become the walrus. Cuckoo fucking kachoo. And you're bald, so you're the Eggman.
Oh, fuck. Damn it. So Richard shares his name with King Richard III, the lead character of William Shakespeare's play of the same name. Both Richards are hunchbacks.
I wonder, did somebody from Spider-Man the Animated Series write this episode? You know what I'm saying?
when they're like introducing themselves, and he was like, I love Shakespeare. Killer Croc's just like, this is the freakiest freak of all. Like, this guy's weird.
I think it's way funny if it's like, we're all freaks here, conjoined twins, a kid that's a seal, a big, strong ogre man, and me. A big fan of Shakespeare. What? Yes, we all are weird and strange, and I love Shakespeare. That's my shtick. That's not a physical thing. It's physical. It's physical. The weight of all the Shakespeare knowledge is just making me hunch over. Oh, thou art does not looketh impressed. That's not Shakespeare. You're just doing old-timey voices. Imagine
if Croc's just like, all right, this is freaky because I'm getting
You know
annoyed.
what? You are a freak. Jesus Christ.
Goodbye.
To be or not to be. We all know that one. That's an easy one. Do a deep cut.
Even I know that one. I live in the sewers.
My mind's blank on the Shakespeare. It's my thing and it's blank. Oh.
What about Romeo? What about that one?
Is Romeo and Juliet Shakespeare?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
You're the worst Shakespeare guy ever.
I don't know shit about Shakespeare.
No, I mean the character you're
playing. Oh, right. Yeah, no. Oh, the character does that? Wait a minute. Is Romeo and Juliet, is that Shakespeare? Yes! That's like the most famous one. All right. Back up. More of a Macbeth guy, you know?
Oh, brother.
Look, it was college, right? And, like, there was this chick, and she was into Shakespeare. So I learned, like, a couple lines, and since then, it just kind of stuck. These girls get it, right? Like, no.
What about you, Goliath? You get this?
Goliath.
No.
No.
Damn it, you beat me to it, and you're only allowed one. You've broken your rule.
I did it in a different voice, so I think it counts.
Debatable.
Like Richard III, I too am rudely stamped.
You have to forgive our dramatic friend. He's nuts about Shakespeare.
Next fun fact here. Croc almost duplicates the story that Batman tells in Almost Got Him, whilst disguised as Killer Croc, as he almost hits him with a rock twice.
Yeah, super duper close to the face.
Yeah, twice he almost does it, because he pushes it down on Batman and then almost literally just tosses it at his head. Do you think that Killer Croc ever heard about that night in Almost Got Him, where Batman impersonated to be Killer Croc in front of all those villains? Like, do you think he heard about that?
I mean, there's that one episode where he is a masterful impersonator that they just never bring back ever.
Yeah.
So he probably would have been a little fucking jealous that he was like did such a good impression. He's like, I'll do an impression of him. You ready? Hey, I'm the Bat. Any good? No.
I think maybe
I lost it. I had for a while there. Like I could do a really good Bullock. It's like that's it. Just do Bullock.
Yeah, that's his niche.
This is me, Bullock, from outside of the wall. It's Bullock in the other room. Pretty good, right?
Bullock, that you? Yeah.
That's what he's doing to the guy on the train after he's told him it 6 times. Crocodiles have the
Fun
strongest
fact
bite.
about crocodiles that you might not know.
But I think that maybe Killer Croc heard about that rock story that Batman told, and he's like, okay, that's
Pretty
how I'm
good.
going to do it.
Pretty good plan. I'm going to try that next time. Did you feel like he was so like Mickey Rourke from like Sin City in this, the way he spoke and moved? I was like, oh man, Mickey Rourke and like the early 2000s as Killer Croc would have been really cool. But
Ooh,
I still
yeah.
also like Mickey Rourke as the Dark Knight Returns Batman as well.
Yes.
So
that
just
would also be
do
good.
both roles.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And the mutant leader. But
what did you think of this episode, though?
well, I really liked when Batman was chasing him through the woods and it was quiet. And like we were just seeing him like rip down a tree and Batman tagging him. And he was trying to find a place to rest because he's been tranked and stuff. I liked how like just there was no words being exchanged for the
Or
good,
music.
Like, yeah, no, yes, and that was really cool. It reminded me of this episode of Tales from the Crypt where a guy is being chased through the desert by a police officer, and he's like trying to hide away from him, and it was all like quiet, and, like, trying to hide stuff. And I was like, man, you know what? Would have been cool if the whole episode was that. Like I guess we had some fun with the freaks, even though like
Yeah, it did dip in
they're
quality.
like we're living in the woods away from everybody,
Yeah.
and there's only 2 chicks. One chick. I think I got a chance here. They're like, no, we're friends. Like, what are you doing?
Oh, to be or not to be?
We could to be, if you know what I'm saying.
There's 2 of you.
I am desperate. I am so lonely.
Seal boy, get over here. Use your flippers.
Oh,
They're wet, right?
it's a child.
Okay, Goliath, get over here.
Funny thing is his dick is not a Goliath, if you know what I'm saying. It's a peanut. Not to be.
That's why he's a freak. It's not because he's a giant. It's because he's got the world's tiniest
The world's
dick.
smallest penis. What?
Welcome, Goliath.
It pulls down his trousers. They're like, whoa. That is the smallest penis I've ever seen.
Killer Croc's like, what a freak. I love thinking that Killer Croc is like super judgmental, like he's obviously a freak himself, but he's looking at all these guys like, you guys are so gross.
Yeah.
You're so messed up.
Maybe sees that like Billy's like, ew. Gross.
You go outside like that? It's like, do you know what you look
We
like?
went to the woods to escape like the societal like judgment. Well, you're still gross to me, kid.
Didn't go far enough.
Yuck, yuck. Shakespeare, perv, and 2 hot ladies attached. I'm cool with that. And the world's biggest guy with the world's smallest dick. Yep, that's a freak show, all right.
I don't fit in here.
I'm not a freak. I just have black psoriasis. I mean, if I had a cream, I'd be fine.
and shaved down teeth where they're to a point. I mean, that's a problem as well.
Well,
We'll work on that.
we can just, we can go to Turkey and fix that.
No need to be shy. We're all family here. It must have been fate that led you to us.
Yeah? What's a freak show doing in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, speaking of Batman trailing Killer Croc through the woods you were mentioning before, I loved that scene as well. But what I didn't understand was every time Batman came across like a piece of evidence left by Croc, like clothing, he'd stop and investigate and he'd like touch it and like bring it up to his face. And I'm like, who else is that gonna be from, dude? Like, who else?
I think this escaped convict garment could be Killer Croc.
I think this giant Croc-like footprint could be Killer Croc.
He's like, he's not very smart, is he?
Just gets turned around. He just ends up like...
He's watching him like, just like, I've already been around this tree. I know Gotham City like the back of my hand, but trees? I mean, I traveled the world. I didn't study fucking trees. I thought I was going to be in Gotham. Which way does moss grow? Which way is that point? Fuck!
Where's the North Star?
Oh, okay, I was in England and I was trading with this guy and he was really fucking annoying. He kept doing Shakespeare all the time and that was really distracting. He was teaching me stuff like, oh yes, the sun sets, all that stuff, but he was so ugly. It's just very distracting. And he liked Shakespeare, which is kind of lame.
What a freak.
He was a freak. He lived out in the woods, but he wore a full red suit. I mean, who's that for you? That's for you? All right.
Yeah,
Makes
why is
you
he
feel
still
better.
dressed like a ringleader? Why is he still dressed like a circus that he's trying to get away
It's
from?
the only outfit I have. I smell.
That would be like finding retired wrestlers and they're still in their costumes. Like, why?
That's kind of fun.
Like Kane? Like,
We
why?
are retired wrestlers. Yeah, it's just Kane chopping wood in the corner. Full get ring gear.
Gangrel with his teeth in. What is that for, Gangrel?
Sting, full face makeup. He does that every day. Every day.
Hulk comes in, rips another shirt open. It's like,
Yeah.
how many shirts has he been through?
Running through these lately, brother.
And you wouldn't even be the only wrestler in the neighborhood. The Shrieking Sheik lives just 3 doors away.
Hey, I'll take it.
So I liked in the beginning of this episode how the reporters on the train joked about Croc breaking out so they'd have something to write about. I thought that was just like a nice little key up for that whole intro. And I liked that it was on a train at the start. I thought that was a cool way to start the episode.
Very Hitchcock, wasn't it?
Yes, it was Hitchcock.
Because everyone's wearing suits with fedoras and stuff.
Yeah, speaking of which, Bruce in disguise, I love that. I thought that was so damn cool because you don't really know he's there.
But terrible security, right?
What,
How
on the train?
that he snuck on there is like, yeah, I'm a security guard too, right, guys? It's like there's 3 people on the docket, not 4. No, there's 4. Oh, the boss man called in and said, hey, he needs me. So I'm here now.
Why do you sound like Killer Croc?
Yeah. We grew up together. Yeah. One day I saw he had a little bit of plaque psoriasis on his elbow. I was like, you better get that checked out, bud. But couldn't afford healthcare. You know what it's like in Gotham. And now he's just a big gray scab. And I followed a different path. So
Is that Batman's costume underneath your shirt?
I'm a big fan.
And it's utility belt?
I'm a really big fan.
I'm a Batman freak.
It's a 1-to-1 replica. Look over there.
I mean, yes, it was a bit far-fetched. He was dressed up as a journalist and not a security guard. But
was he? Okay.
Yeah, but it's still a bit far-fetched that he's on there. But I do like that, how he's running and just the Batman music plays.
Yeah,
He tears
super
open his
cool.
shirt. That's cool. And you could question where does he keep his cape and boots? But again, who cares? It's a cool little scene to have at the start of this episode. It'd be funny though if he forgot to take off his fake mustache when changing into Batman's. Like when Croc sees him on the top of the train, just got like a stash that he forgot to take off. Is that new? No. Hold on. Like fiddles with it, takes it off.
No, keep going.
No, I hate you when I'm. Oh,
Really funny
dude.
mustache bit.
Yeah, it is. Mustache gags. They're all the rage.
Imagine if he still had his mustache on. That's hilarious. Nah.
Not cool, dude. Not cool. But yeah, Croc totally pulled a wrestling promo on the top of the train because he's like, "You want a piece of me? You think you can take the champ?" And I was like, "Where's this going, Croc?"
This train's gonna crash in 3 minutes. You got 3 minutes of playtime.
Very good. Very good.
You want a piece of me? Think you can take the champ?
And then Croc and Batman fall like what looks like 50 feet off the train and land on a stone ledge, and they are dead. There is no way that they both survive that.
Dead.
That's a respawn in a video game moment. Like you are donezo.
Wasted.
Game over, man. And also, speaking of video games, Croc pulls like a Crash Bandicoot moment later on when he's hopscotching across some of the rocks. Like, I was waiting for him when he slipped to hear like, wow, as he was doing it. I thought that was fun. So when Batman's along that canyon edge, he slips and he grabs a weed, and a weed literally saves Batman's life in this situation.
It's a branch, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, it's like a root or something. Do you think he took that root home and like put it on display in the Batcave? Like, that almost got me. That was another time I almost died. I guess so, but then maybe he's just like, that's a memento of a time where he almost died.
Alfred's like, this is becoming a bit of a hoarding situation. Seems like every night you go out, it's nearly got you. It's like you're like going through the museum. You're like, oh wow, big coin, yes, very interesting. Whoa, big dinosaur. Wow, that must have been quite the story. What is the story of the tree branch sticking out the road? Alfred, you gotta hear this one. So there I was on a cliff, and I slipped, and I grabbed the branch, and it saved me. That's it.
I was expecting a poison ivy story, sir, if I'm honest.
Yeah, yeah. Something to do with poison ivy. Maybe like the branch was alive, or I turned into this particular branch or something. What? No. It's just a branch growing out of the side of a cliff. Look, they all don't have to be grand, all right? People die. They just die in weird ways, okay? I don't know why. Sorry, I was just in character before, and now I still got a little bit of a Brooklyn thing going on.
What about this one?
Get a glass cabinet for it, Alfred, and write a little note below it that said, tree. Sure, I will get a glass cabinet and write a little note below it that says tree. I didn't mean, like, actually just write tree. You're really starting to piss me off, guy. You know that?
Feelings mutual, sir.
I gotta get out of this cave.
This cave almost got me. Alfred, put it in a glass case.
Hey, how about we put fucking last night's dinner in the glass cabinet? Because that shit was so bad, it almost got me, Alfred. It's a low blow, sir. You know it? That was the produce, not me. Mm-hmm. Heard that once every week for the whole fucking time I've been alive. Well, how about you hire someone besides one fucking person for your staff? I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to wash your knickers.
What was that, Alfred?
You know what I said something perfectly fine there. It's an old-timey British way of talking about pants.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we should put those in the glass tank as well. Because that's how you almost got cancelled, Alfred.
And they say the city's dangerous.
So I like the dinner scene between Croc and the freaks. I thought
I hardly know him.
Forgetting his bathing suit was a fun line. I thought that was good as well, where he's like, "All right, I got my bathing suit." Like, I thought that was fun. Because you're a crocodile. Like, you don't need one. You don't need a bathing suit, bud. You can just
That's the joke.
Swim with your scaly dick and balls out.
It's bigger than yours.
Fuck Goliath.
Fucking Billy's packing absolute dong heat. Let's go swimming, Croc. It's like, holy shnikes.
You got 5 flippers.
It's my mini propeller. Goes in the water like, that kid's fast.
That penis is fast.
He's a freak, though, right? He should be world's biggest penis, world's littlest penis. No, he's got fucking flippers, guy. He's a real freak and a big dog. He does have a big dog.
Gly's like, I know he does. I know.
Stop bringing it up. Your dog's like a mini M&M. You know, it's just like the mini ones. It's like this.
Come on, Helmet Head, get it on.
Do you think that Killer Croc tried pitching Killer Croc's Killer Wings in that dinner situation when he found out they had money as well? Where he's like, "How much do you have? 50 grand?
I open a new franchise in this location. Middle of the woods coming soon.
Bunch of freaks serving you killer crocs, killer wings.
Do we know any other Shakespeare quotes we're about to go to eat or not to eat?
That's fine. Just
And
go
killer
with
crocs, killer wings.
Yeah, everyone doesn't go to that one because they're like, the Shakespeare guy works at that
The
one.
waiter is so fucking annoying. Oh my god. Hey, have you guys seen or read Romeo and Juliet?
He only knows Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet.
Romeo, where art thou? Killer Croco, you should try the spicy sauce. It's spicerific. Shakespeare, it's pretty good. We have fun. Tips, please. I don't get paid. Not to be.
Thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason.
You know I don't speak Spanish. In English, please.
So I love that Batman moment is when Batman creeps up on Goliath whilst he's sleeping. And his shadow like creeps up towards him, and then suddenly you see Batman silhouetted in the dark, and he like tells Goliath to be quiet. I just thought that looked really cool. Batman looked great in that moment, so that's my love that Batman.
I like when he's like in the cage.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Ha! Who's the freak now, Bats?
His name's Killer Croc. He's dangerous.
Quiet!
When I saw that, I was like, that's going to be my brother's one. Yeah, he looked really cool in that. What did you think of Batman versus Goliath fight outside? I thought that was an all right fight. Batman hasn't versed someone that... Well, I guess he actually versed the Rhino, so I guess they're probably the same size, right? Rhino and Goliath?
No, I liked it. I liked that he tried to sweep the leg and it didn't do anything, but
Yeah.
so he used the arm crank. So that was good.
Yeah. And I thought it was funny how the freaks were questioning if Killer Croc was an actual killer, even though it's Killer Croc. And he denies it. And then in the same sentence, he's like, let's kill Batman. It's like, you sure you're not a killer?
Does thou think if he might be killed? Just stop it. Seriously.
I'm going to kill you.
Okay, please. Sorry. I fucked up.
Boy, he breaks character.
Yeah.
I don't even like Shakespeare,
He's
I'll
like,
be honest.
I don't know anything. I know the surface level stuff like everyone else.
I don't know terms.
I don't know terms.
Yeah, someone that knows Shakespeare comes into that situation like Batman, and then he's like, uh-oh,
Yeah.
I am being shown up here.
It's like in the original Office when Ricky Gervais's character, they're talking about a writer from like some old time, and he's like trying to be all smug that he knows stuff about it, and the younger guy really does know about it. so he's really like, oh, and then he like goes off. He comes back. He's like, yeah, did you know that he was born in like 1830? Like he clearly just Googled.
Yeah.
And then the guy comes back with him knowing even more shit. I was like, that's exactly what would happen to this guy.
Yeah, he just keeps running into the house like, I have to use the bathroom. And then he comes back and he's like, did you know that Shakespeare was born in Stoke-on-Trent? Did you know that one?
I did, yes. That's where he wrote many of his famous plays, like Hamlet.
That's the only one I know, so hang on a minute. What about Midsummer?
Midsummer's Night's Dream. Had to read that one in high school and act it out. It was weird. Bit of a fever dream with donkeys and...
Don't ask me to quote it.
Fairies and stuff, right?
Big old orgy in the woods. Hey, we're in the woods.
My master plan has come together.
Come.
You said it.
There's two of you or one of you? What is this? Is this a threesome or no?
That's what I've been trying this whole time.
Does one of you have to look away? What's going on?
Oh no, your only other options is a giant man with the world's smallest penis or a boy that looks like a seal, I guess. Who
with
are you
the
going
world's
to...
largest penis.
Well, no, I didn't know that when I brought him here. They're like, yeah, we'll wait till that boy turns 18, pal. That's kind of weird. This scenario needs to wrap up now because there's some borderline stuff. Thank you for listening.
Good night, ladies
Macbeth.
and gentlemen.
Have you tried the quarter pounder with Macbeth cheese? Right?
Wow, that was such a stretch.
It was a stretch.
I didn't know where that was going. Have you been to Macbethels recently? They've got a big Macbeth.
We have 2 sauces, Montague and Capulet. Not bad.
It's not like that one. I love how he's just fishing for new material constantly.
Can we? All right, Midsummer Night's Dream, Macbeth, Romeo and Juliet.
That's where it stops for me, bud.
Can we not name and is like? It's got to be another one.
I mean, we're English doesn't mean we need to know Shakespeare, right? Like,
I'm more of an Edgar Allan Poe guy.
Who's American? Not British.
So?
Well, I thought that was the.
He was an alcoholic. Did you know that?
All right, Shakespeare plays. I'm looking these up. Shakespeare plays Hamlet, Romeo and Juliet, King Lear. That's a big one. The Tempest, Othello, Julius Caesar.
Oh, of course, Julius Caesar.
Much Ado About Nothing. Oh my God, we're so stupid. Richard III, which is the name of the character in this episode. His name is Richard.
Whoa, the coincidence. I didn't even plan that.
Merchant of Venice, The Taming of Shrew, Twelfth Night, A Midsummer's Night's Dream, As You Like It, Henry V, Richard II. God, there's a lot of Richards. The Two Gentlemen. Didn't even know that one. Two Gentlemen of what? Of Versailles? Anthony and Cleopatra.
They bang. Spoiler alert.
They
Third
get
act.
on. They
Big
hang
time
dong. On stage, they hang dong.
And I act as one of them. Who wants to play the other role?
Fucking hell, there's so many Henry V, 6th, 7th, 8th.
All right, wrap up the Shakespeare part.
Okay,
we'll get John Semper Jr. on here to let us know.
Nay, good sir. To paraphrase an ancient playwright, she who learns must study.
So Goliath has the same code as Batman. He even says no killing at one point, which I thought was an interesting little take on that character. But I was surprised that Croc knew exactly where Batman's knockout gas pellets were in his utility belt when he took it off. I was like, how did you know that they were there?
I too was thinking about that, and I thought it would have been more fun instead of him being tranked. That if Batman he saw Batman specifically take those one of the balls out,
right,
and chuck it at him, and he got a bit tranked by it, so he knew exactly where they were to use them against somebody else.
Yeah, that makes sense because it even knocked out the freaks, right? It knocked them all out. But yeah, it'd be so funny if it was just firecrackers or something. Like Batman's like, no, I'm saving those.
Like a bomb, and they just blow up. He's like, oh,
yeah.
Yikes! You have bombs on you? Well, yeah. I mean,
I'm Batman.
I thought you didn't kill people. Blow up a wall or something, or escape a cage.
Oh.
Should ask what pocket. You got a snack in this? Pocket 4, backside. Apricot. Yeah. Made of real apes.
Also, he's like, they're dead, so there's 50 grand in there. You want to split this and call it
I'm
a
gonna
day?
take this 50 grand. I'm gonna leave you in. You traveled. You can get out of this, right, Cage?
I thought that when he was in the cage, I was waiting for them to turn around and him be gone from the cage because I was like, he's gonna do a Zatara magic disappearing trick. But no, he was stuck in that cage like a chump. And I was like, Batman, I know you don't have your
They took my
utility
belt, so I can't do shit.
Yeah, but in the glove?
Dislocate your shoulder and slip through? No, I mean, it kind of hurts to do that. Let's see. Well, we're going to play this one out. It'll be fun, though. It's when he was traveling around the world training. It would have been cool if he was in the same circus as Killer Croc when he was in the circus as well.
Ooh, that would be cool, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. I like that idea.
And the Flying Graysons?
Well, no. Well, what? When they're young?
Yeah.
The parents?
Pre-Dick.
Pre-Dick, yeah.
She could be like, oh, I'm pregnant at the end of it. I mean, that'd be fun.
How did you get pregnant? Dick. That should be his name. Don't talk to Goliath about that. He's sensitive about that subject. He's in the background. Just walking, hiding. I can't get you sometimes.
Oh, hang on.
Do you think Batman... Stop it! Do you think Batman regretted knocking the cage on wheels down a hill towards a bunch of rocks?
Risky business. Like, if he did not break the cage, he would have been like, I'm sinking. I'm in a cage and I'm sinking.
I don't have my belt.
This is much worse.
This was a mistake.
Bye.
Yeah. When he did that, I was like, that is not the way Batman. That was a very risky move.
Do you think... No. Should I say this? I don't know.
Well, you could try it.
Okay. Batman would have a backup plan that his utility belt gets taken because everyone knows where all his gadgets are. So do you think that he might keep something somewhere else on his person as a just in case?
Well, I know what you're referring to, but I'm going to say that we've seen him keep stuff in his mouth before. But you're talking about
that's one cavity.
How big of an item are we talking about?
As big as it'll be.
He's like, when I trained with Zatora, there was a special trick, a disappearing act, if you will, that he taught me, which involved a baseball bat. Hence my name, Batman. And he just like pulls a baseball.
This does not help in this scenario, but I just want to let you know that's been in my lower intestine for 7 years.
It stinks too. Like my head. People are like, oh, Jesus. How long has that been up there?
7 years.
Hit it in his ass. 7 years. No, killed it with the Christopher Walken.
Pulp Fiction, anybody?
Batman Returns, he's in that as well. Connecting the dots. No?
Was.
Nah, there's my one.
You just had to get a laugh somehow.
Gotta do it.
Bruce Wayne, why are you dressed up like Batman?
Because he is Batman, you moron.
So Killer Croc also lives up to his name when he just rapid fires a sniper rifle at everyone. I felt like he was just going ham on that at one point. He was just laying into a crowd like actually a scene I don't want to talk about because I don't know.
Yeah, I know exactly what scene you're talking about.
Yeah.
Does it rhyme with Blindler's Bliss?
Yes. It does.
Moving on. Blindler's Bliss.
Killer Croc's like, I saw this movie recently.
Yeah. It was fucked up. Same guy that made Jurassic Park. I thought we were in for a good time. I mean, I had a good time. Well, I wouldn't say good. I didn't have a good time. It's a good movie. But, you know.
Bunch of fucking freaks.
Yeah, fucking right. I'm not talking about the bad guy.
Give it up, Bats. You can't take me. I got the high ground. I got the gun.
He also says at one point he's got the high ground, and I was waiting for Batman to say, like, you underestimate my power. And pull
actually, this came out before
Episode 3?
Revenge of the Sith. So, which original title was something else, probably.
No, it wasn't.
No, always Revenge of the
No.
Oh, no, it was Revenge of the Jedi for the third Star Wars movie.
Yeah. What a nerd. He doesn't even know these facts anymore.
No, I don't like Star Wars anymore.
Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
not good anymore.
Yeah, it's
it was
not.
fun when it was a mystery. Now it's like, you know everything. It's like, oh, I know everything.
I saw that episode 4. I forgot about the edit that Disney Plus added in. I was listening to a podcast recently. They were talking about it, and I forgot about how Greedo says McClunky before.
McClunky.
Yeah, why was that added in? Like, I honestly
You're just
think...
sitting there like, this cut's nearly perfect. Oh, it's just one thing missing. What is it? We get a new CGI scene, or maybe take out, like, you know, a couple of like the weird stuff you added to it. No, I just always thought he had to say something. You know, something like a little clunky, something that's just his. My clunky. Yeah, that's pretty good. My clunky. I think it's a troll though, right? He's like, "Fuck you guys, my clunky." Bro, re-edit the whole fucking film for 2 seconds of dialogue.
McClunky, motherfuckers.
4 billion. I'm out.
McClunky.
Cluck my dick. Did you see, speaking of Star Wars though, I did see that news came out about like what it was going to be his next Star Wars project with HBO. The what was it called, like 13 or something, like level 13, where it was like in Coruscant. It's like the deep levels where it's like more of the underground. And like,
was that the show he was going to do? Yeah, I did see this.
And it's like it was supposed to be like dark, and like they said like a bunch of 60 scripts were written as well, and I think someone's read them. And there's like a 2-episoder where Darth Vader like goes down and stops like a rebellion from forming, and like there's a whole Boba Fett stuff, and they tell you like how Han won the Millennium Falcon, and like all this type of stuff. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And it fell apart because he was going to
I'm actually getting bored listening to you explain it. It doesn't sound that interesting. I'm kind of like, I'm out.
If you'd like to know how it fell apart, then you can Google it.
It sounds pretty McClunky to me.
McClunky.
Back to this episode, because we're at the end. Batman has a go at being an Olympian, too, with a pole vault kick to Killer Croc. I thought that was an interesting way where he like pole vaulted up to kick him in the face when he was sniper gunning. And then the final fight between Croc and Batman I thought was kind of cool on that. What is that thing that's like...
a mill.
It is, but how does it work? So the river pushes it and that churns
it, and then it turns the mill inside the mill that like breaks up all of the wheat or whatever they're doing.
Right, okay.
To make flour.
Right. Is that what they were doing at the freak farm? They were just making flour, making bread?
It's weed. It's a giant grinder.
They actually stopped smoking and they're kind of like, oh, we're fucking freaks.
Yeah. Whoa, look at this guy over there. Shakespeare, nerd.
I love how that's the weirdest one of all of them. Like, not even his hunchback. It's that he's into Shakespeare.
Wait, you have a hunchback? Yes.
Like Richard III, my favorite.
Oh my God.
To be or not to be? Not to be.
So at the end, Croc gets dressed up like Hannibal Lecter before being helicoptered away. And all I could think about was him banging his head on multiple trees and rocks as he was being dragged back to Gotham City.
I picture that when he got picked up, he was like, wee! Fun view.
Yeah, he loves it. He's just like,
this is cute.
I never wanted to be a crocodile. I wanted to be a bird.
That's why I wanted to be a dragon.
Yeah, that would work. The scales.
Yeah, that's why I said it. Fucking idiot. Whoa.
And Batman watches as Killer Croc's taken away, and that is the end of the episode. We go straight into our top 3 now, which is almost
it doesn't make the top 3.
Doesn't make the top 3.
Moving on.
For people that don't know, Almost Got Him, Joker's favorite laughing fish. Those are our top 3. Ranking out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Yep, I have 6 out of 10 as well. Fit check here, very quickly. Croc rocks a prison uniform on the train, and Batman obviously wears a fake mustache and disguise. Those are the only 2 fit checks. And then next episode. Are you ready for this? You ready for this episode? I don't think you're ready for this jelly, because we're gonna
ready for this epi.
Because we're gonna watch the trial, baby.
Oh yeah! Thank Christ, I'm due a good one.
It's coming, and we are going to be. The jury's out, baby. We're
guilty.
Watching we are watching the trial. No need to ask you what you think that is about. I know that you remember this episode very well, so I'm really looking forward to watching that.
I'll make my wife watch that one then.
All right, just force her to watch it.
Yeah, say like it.
You look at this, I like it. That's how his relationship usually goes.
She says, "Fucking nerd."
So you see, that's about his dick. You look at this, and you like it. She's like, it's tiny. It's an M&M.
That's the joke I made before.
I know, I got you. I got you good.
I'm no good to you anymore.
Easy, Dick.
My dick is absolutely average size. I'm very, very fine with my dick. I would like it bigger, flaccid, to be honest. But when I'm ready to go, it's A-okay by me.
All right, we'll have a trial about the size of his flaccid dick next week. Come back.
Guilty!
Come back next week where we'll be watching The Trial